All right, S. December 6th, 2019. We have quite a bit of movies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them coming out on December 6th. Now, these movies are ICU, Grand Isle, The Mandela Effect, A Million Little Pieces, Playmobil, the movie, Little Joe, The Wolf Hour, and In Fabric. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know any of these motherfuckers.
I don't either.
And because I don't know any of these, that throws me for a loop. I don't want to go through that many fucking trailers all of a sudden and put up some...
No.
What we're going to do, if it's okay with you, I would like to place a bet on which one do you think will be the best. And whichever one wins this week.
Okay.
Now, you can't look at anything about them.
I haven't seen anything about any of these. It's interesting to have an entire week where, like you said, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have 8 movies where none of them have like huge names, because I was looking at the names. None of them are big titles. They haven't done marketing for really any of these. We've only seen the trailer drop for one of these, and it was that Nicolas Cage movie that was super weird looking.
Yeah.
So I think they're just holding off because the following couple of weeks, you have some really huge movies coming out the next 3 weeks. And this is a filler weekend is what it looks like, to be honest.
Do you want me to read the description and you can pick one?
Oh my God. You can go through the description, sure.
Right. ICU, rated R. Strange occurrences plague a small town detective and his family as he investigates the disappearance of a young boy.
All right.
No trigger there? No trigger? Okay. Grand Isle.
We saw the trailer for this one.
And it says action thriller. It doesn't have a rating beside it. That's weird. A young father is charged for murder and must prove his innocence through recalling a very twisted and dark night of events. That was the one where it was like the aggressive threesome, right?
Yes.
All right, okay. The Mandela Effect. This is a hour and 20 minutes drama sci-fi thriller. A man becomes obsessed with facts and events that have been collectively misremembered by thousands of people, believing the phenomenon to be the symptom of something larger. His obsession eventually leads him to question reality itself. That sounds actually interesting.
That actually sounds kind of interesting.
I like that one. Okay, so that one's on my radar. A Million Little Pieces, rated R, hour and 53 minutes. A young aspiring writer at the bottom of his addictions is interned in a facility center to face his traumatic past. No dice there.
Yep.
You're going to like this one. Playmobil, the movie, hour and 39 minutes. Animated feature film inspired by the Playmobil brand toys.
Okay.
All right. Little Joe, hour and 45 minutes. Alice, a single mother, is a dedicated senior plant breeder at a corporation engaged in developing new species. Against company policy, she takes one home as a gift for her teenage son, Joe. Now, it doesn't sound bad, but it's called drama and sci-fi. So
I was going to say something's going on.
It sounds a little shady. All right, we got The Wolf Hour. This one's... What? And it says it doesn't have a synopsis. Let me double check this.
It does.
June was once a known counterculture figure, but that was a decade ago. She now lives alone in her South Bronx apartment, having all but cut herself from the outside world.
All right.
And In Fabric, rated R, hour and 58 minutes, and a 2-hour movie, rated R. It says 2018 though. That's weird.
It was probably supposed to be released in 2018, and then they pushed it back to now because of reshoots.
In Fabric is a haunting ghost story set against the backstory of a busy winter sales period in a department store, and follows the life of a cursed dress as it passes from person to person with devastating consequences. It sounds like a Black Friday evil dress.
It also sounds like the evil version of Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Oh. Good call.
Okay, I mean, out of all of those, what was the one?
The Mandela Effect, the one I can't pronounce.
Yes.
Mandela
Yeah.
Effect.
Sure, that
It's only an
actually
hour and
sounds.
20 minutes. Drama, sci-fi, thriller.
Yeah,
And
it sounds the most interesting out of all of them, to be honest.
I agree. And its popularity is currently on the rise by quite a bit.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So I actually might look into that. Not in the theater. I might pirate it.
No, God, no. None of these are actually theater-worthy movies.
Oh, I don't say worthy.
I'm sorry. For my money, I'm sorry. People put a lot of work in these. Yes, I get it. Okay. But for me personally, you want one that we think is gonna like beat out all the other ones from a box office number perspective?
Sure, as long as you don't have any biasness of what you know is projected.
No. I haven't even heard of any of these movies. I have no idea.
I'm gonna go with the Mandela Effect. Yeah,
Okay.
say Ford and
Well,
Ferrari, fuckface.
Well, then I want to go with something different.
Okay.
So I want to go with the killer dress.
All right, the killer.
In
Go ahead. Go ahead, say it.
It's in fabric. Is that just what it is? It's just in fabric. Okay.
So we got a killer dress and a depressing matrix.
Okay, so we'll go. I mean, that one sounds more interesting, but from a numbers perspective,
I might have to just watch that for the fun of it, to be honest with you.
So yeah, this week, obviously, we don't have a lot of input because we haven't seen any of these trailers, and we don't really have
Made me feel bad about my job.
a need to see any of these trailers, to be honest. I think, like I said, that it's just the box office. Like, we're just prepping for the next few weeks. Like that's what it is.
Get ready to swing.
Yes. But I do, before we drop off, because that's what's hitting theaters this week, December 6th, I do want to go over last week with box office numbers.
Oh, okay.
So what was it? Let me see, because
we both said Knives Up would be
Knives Out.
Yeah, would be overestimate, and then we said the Bonnie and Clyde looking movie would be. You said over, I said under. So give me the results.
So let me first. I'm gonna go through those results, but I'm also gonna go through the top 10 at the same time.
Oh.
So Frozen came in at number 1 again for the second week in a row, bringing in like another like 85 million or something. Like
Sounds
it was.
about right.
It was. Yeah, it's gonna hit $1 billion in the next like 2 weeks.
We've already talked about that. $1 billion is no big deal anymore. Go ahead and continue.
True, but after 2 weeks worldwide, it's already over 700.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty impressive.
Mm-hmm. It's Frozen. What do you expect?
True, and like I predicted, Knives Out came in in second place. Knives Out came in second place. So the critics had predicted it at 18.5.
Yeah.
It did 41.7.
I'm glad I said over. I'm so happy I said over.
Yeah,
I would have been shit
I did
on.
too. I knew it was gonna do well.
I already know that whole story, by the way.
Don't tell me, because I actually want to see that. It looks like a lot of fun. So don't tell me.
It's unique. It's not what you expect.
Good.
Good. Okay.
I don't like it when I can predict it.
Okay.
All right. In third this past week, Ford versus Ferrari. Thank you. All right. And then A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then Queen and Slim came in in fifth place.
Uh-oh.
And it was predicted at 7.5.
Oh, no.
It came in at 15.7.
Shit.
I win. That's 2 in a row for me. Yes. This is beautiful. So I knew that they were both. It's a holiday weekend, and these were such low predictions that I'm like, there's no way that they can't exceed these predictions. Got to take into fact holiday weekend.
Yeah, I know. And you also took into fact that, well, everybody's going to be fighting for that top spot, so money's going to be slim between all of them. And then you're a fucking liar with that. You were wrong as shit. They did split, because you had Knives Out over 41,
Ford versus Ferrari 13,
You're getting good at that.
Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood 11, Queen and Slim 15, and then you drop to the next top 5, which still did decent.
Where's Charlie's Angels?
I'm getting there. So in 6th place you have 21 Bridges.
Okay, good. I wanted that to do well.
Yes. It's still doing well. It's at like 425 total, like worldwide and everything. So it's doing well for its budget and everything. Playing with Fire is still in the top 10, which I actually am now regretting the fact that I said it was a streaming movie because it's apparently doing very well.
I saw a commercial for it the other day.
I know. Like, what is this? Midway, which you saw this weekend, so you contributed to this, was at like 3.9, so it was almost at 4. Joker came in at number 9 with two more million to add to it. Number 10, Last Christmas. Charlie's Angels isn't even in the top 10 anymore.
Woo!
I don't think it's getting a sequel.
All right.
Yeah, so there's your top 10. But like I said, the money was spread out quite a bit through all of those. You had the families that went to Frozen 2 with kids, maybe with playing with fire a little bit, and then you had all the adults with Knives Out, Ford versus Ferrari, Queen
It was
Slim.
with kids playing with fire a little bit, you know. That's a wonderful sentence you kind of jumbled there together.
My bad. So yeah, it was a great weekend box office, and honestly, this coming week, I don't see any of these movies that we just went over making it into, like, kicking any of these out of the top 5. To be honest,
out of the top 5. Yeah,
out of the top 5.
So. Yeah, top 10. I think 2 will sneak into the top 10.
Yeah. I think there'll be a couple. Yeah, there'll be a couple to sneak into the top 10, just because, like, Last Christmas and the Joker only did about 2 million.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, there are definitely chances for the movies that are coming out this week to get into the top 10, but I don't think there's any way it's going to knock out any of the top 5 movies.
I like how you were like, wrong, Joker only did 2 million, but Charlie's Angels didn't even do that.
No, it didn't. So yeah, it was a pretty solid holiday weekend.